What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, another interesting video for you here on the channel, another AI video. It's almost like I'm getting addicted to AI. Not really, hopefully not. I don't think I really use AI other than for videos. So I asked AI to predict me who will hold all the WWE championships in 5 years. AI gave me some understanding weird takes. I would have to say that a little of them are kind of fraudulent, but I could see a lot of them. There's just a lot of potentials we could go against. I wish I could ask for a second time on how to do this. I might do that for another video in 3 years. We'll see how about that. Let's get started with men's undisputed WWE championship. My God, dirty Dominic Mysterio with the remove dirty because WWE doesn't want gimmick names. Dominic Mysterio, undisputed WWE championship. I could see this one in 5 years. This makes sense. But there's gonna be some that I'm gonna be like. I also did not read any of the takes, so they give me a little hot take that explains how it happens. Undisputed WWE championship, Dominic Mysterio. Hot take, Dominic Mysterio, the slimy heel. That's first off, AI calling him a slimy heel is insane. Who's been climbing the ranks, shocks the world by dethroning a babyface megastar. Maybe Cody Rhodes or a returning John Cena? Not going to happen. At WrestleMania 45, after years of leaning on Judgment Day and Liv Morgan, he betrays everyone, including Rhea Ripley. That's what happened. To submit himself as a solo act, his heat as a cowardly champion who cheats to win carries WWE into a new era of villainy. Man, oh man. There's a way that they could really, truthfully make Dominic Mysterio a dirty, nasty heel. It would be to really screw over more people. I really just want to see him screw over Liv Morgan here soon. You know how crazy that would be? We need to submit Dominic Mysterio as the worst heel of all time. Like the most slimy heel. Heel his whole career. I mean, other than the first babyface run. Just always a heel. Never a babyface. And seeing Dominic Mysterio win the WWE Championship, that's going to be a lovely, and I mean lovely sight to see. Up next. This is most likely, but I can see him winning the Undisputed rather than Heavyweight. But again, it's 5 years, so we'll see. Braun Breaker, already a powerhouse, becomes a dominant force akin to Brock Lesnar by 2030. Brock Lesnar's back. After multiple mid-card title runs, he's on his second right now. He wins the World Heavyweight Championship in a brutal feud with Gunther, ending the Ring General's legacy. The twist, he turns heel, claiming he's the only true next big thing, alienating fans who once cheered his athleticism. So I don't know if they're saying Gunther's going to hold on to the title till 2030, which not going to happen because it's not even going to last in a month. And I think more than likely Gunther will win a championship back, obviously. Braun Breaker, I think they're going to always keep him as a half babyface, half heel. I think that's the best you could do with him. Because in today's world of things, having someone that tilts that line is what you kind of want. Because I feel like in today's heelish kind of motives, there's always justified heels. Always justified heels. Which I like. I don't want just a heel to be a heel. There has to be justification, in my opinion. I think it makes a whole different story. It makes an interesting story. It makes people like the heel more. And yeah, Braun Breaker. Wow. Being Gunther, I think that'll be a future that's going to come here soon. Up next, we have the Intercontinental Championship. Obafemi. Hot take, Obafemi, the Nigerian giant from NXT, rise to the main roster and becomes a workhorse IC champion. By 2030, he's a fan favorite who blends power and agility, holding the title for over a year and a throwback to the days of long, prestigious title reigns. I had titles. The hot take, he wins it from a returning CM Punk who comes back for one last run only to put over the future. CM Punk is back, so I wonder if he leaves and then comes back again and he wins the IC title from CM Punk. Crazy take in my opinion. Maybe could happen. We'll see on that one. Crazy take in my opinion. but we'll have to see. I also think by this time in 2030, Obafemi, more than likely, is actually winning main titles. Because by 2030, that just makes the most sense. I don't see maybe a year more in NXT. Then in 4 years, he should be winning close to main titles, in my opinion. But you never know, actually. He might just be in the mix, but not with a title. Up next, we have the Men's United States Championship. Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, breaks away from the bloodline by 2030. I think it will happen literally this year. So maybe he has whatever. And carves his own path as a chaotic, unpredictable U.S. champion. He wins a title in a ladder match at SummerSlam, turning face after years as a heel enforcer. The twist, he feuds with his cousin, debuting Zilla Fatu, splitting the family further. Now, here's the thing. I believe Jacob Fatu will win the U.S. title this year. I think Jacob Fatu could win it as early as WrestleMania. So to say he's still a United States holder, or at least still going for mid-card titles, could be a little crazy in my opinion. I think he's more likely going to main event titles, like Heavyweight Championship, Undisputed Championship, but still, I don't think it's crazy to say that he could win the U.S. title, Still holding a title. Up next, you have the Women's Championship, which is Julia. So this is a prediction that I love because Julia is on NXT, and it's a hot take because could Julia in 5 years win a main title roster, or main title championship? I think so. They think she joins full-time by 2026 and ascends to the top by 2030. She wins the WWE Women's Championship from Bianca Belair in a technical masterpiece at WrestleMania. Other Joshi stars. That's a pretty good, That's a pretty good take. Turning heel as well. I like this for Julia. I think it makes a lot of sense to work for Julia. I hope Julia continues to be an excellent champ in WWE. And, I know she just lost the NXT Women's title, and I hope she somehow wins it back soon. But I like this. I like this prediction. Up next, we have the Women's World title. So, saying Rhea Ripley, I think Rhea Ripley will hold the WWE Championship sooner rather than later and not the World Championship. But, hey, maybe she, still somehow is still saying this title's mine and I'm going to hold it forever. Reigns a cornerstone of WWE. I do think that she will have, after a second peak in her career, okay, she wins it back from Liv Morgan. So she goes against Liv Morgan again in a brutal last woman standing match, reestablishing her dominance. The twist, she's a tweener, beloved by fans, but ruthless to rivals, blurring the lines of hero and villain. I have to say that this is literally what Rhea Ripley is now. I think her whole WrestleMania thing was a heel move. It was so a heel move. I mean, think about her as a, what's it called? Her as a babyface inserting her match, signing the contract. That's a heel move on two other babyfaces. So I gotta be honest with you. I think she's a tweener now. I think she's in between right now. Up next, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Roxanne Perez, the prodigy from NXT, becomes the breakout star of the women's mid-card. By 2030, she wins the inaugural Women's IC Championship in 2026. Do they know? The IC title's already here. And holds it again in 2030, cementing her as a workhorse. The hot take, she beats Charlotte Flair cleanly, ending Flair's record-tying chase at 16 reigns and sparking a generational feud. So they could go the route of Roxanne versus Charlotte Flair and make a lot of sense if they go, off of the Royal Rumble last year. I gotta be honest. So she's the inaugural one, which can't happen anymore. But she wins it in 2026, and then she holds it again in 2030. I think Roxanne Perez might have a short mid-card title reign, and then she gets pushed to the world titles because, in my opinion, she's already asserted her dominance. In Elimination Chamber already in, she's second in the Royal Rumble most time, the biggest Iron Woman in all of women's history. That's huge. That's huge for someone that's in NXT. So, in my opinion, I would like a Roxanne kind of feud with Flair. I think that would be kind of cool. Looking at the United States Championship, we have Cora Jade. Now, this, in my opinion, is more than likely the closest thing we're getting to a really good potential, because I think maybe over Femi, or no, maybe Julia is the one that could actually happen. I think Cora Jade could happen for this one. The punk rock rebel matures into a top heel. The punk rock rebel matures into a top heel by 2030, snags the Women's U.S. Championship. She wins it from Chelsea Green, who's still kicking around as a plucky underdog. Uses skateboard as a weapon in every defense, turning the title into a hardcore symbol. I mean, Chelsea Green has it now. I don't think AI really realizes that. I don't think Cora Jade is going to dethrone her. I don't think Chelsea Green is going to have a IC title or a United States title in 2030. The use of a skateboard is funny to me. I think that would be crazy. Up next, we have the Tag Team Championship. I will say the Women's Championship was not included on this because they did not give a prediction. WWE Tag Team Championships. The Creed Brothers, which I do hope becomes true. The Creed Brothers become the tag team of the decade, holding the WWE Tag Team Championship in 2030 after a dominant run. They win it from the Usos in a passing of the torch moment, proving amateur wrestling can still rule the division. They turn heel, aligning with returning Chad Gable as a smug technical trio. So American Made gets remade, I guess, is what they're trying to say when Chad Gable returns. The Usos are back together. There's a lot to take in from that. My God, what? But WWE Tag Team Champions, I could see it as soon as 2026. Heck, you can have them even now in 2025, potentially, with how bad the Raw side of things are. Up next, World Tag Team Championship. You have the D'Angelo family, which I gotta be honest, I love it. But at the same time, is it too early? Probably not too early. The family's mobster gimmick hits its peak by 2030 with Tony D'Angelo and Stax as World Tag Team Champions. They win the titles from a debuting Lucha Bros. I don't think they'll be debuting, but I think they'll be there, leaning into their mafia aesthetic. The twist, they bribe referees and rig matches, making them the most hated champs in years. You know what? That's not bad. That's really not bad. I kind of like that. I kind of would really like that. That'd be cool for WWE. That's something I'd be interested in. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.